Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I'm doing a new design team project for the Not Too Shabby Shop using the box of the month for December. Actually using this really cute stamp set called Snuggle Weather with all these cute little characters in their warm, comfy sweaters. I think this is just too adorable and I think it would work for good for any winter time type of card. So anyway, I've got all of the little critters already in my Misty, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp these guys out using some VersaFine Clear ink. So I think these turned out really super cute. Look how well they stamped out. I love these guys. So I did go ahead and stamp out all of the critters, and next I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir markers just to color those up. Okay, I've got them all colored up, and I did a little experimentation with my different markers, actually using some that I don't remember the last time I actually used the color combination. But, you know, I didn't bother to record all of that because, you know, I wasn't sure how I was going to like it or if I was going to need to start over or any of that kind of stuff, but I think they all turned out pretty cute. I mean, even this one I think was... Now I can't remember what the color combination is, but I don't think I've ever used that color of green on anything, and I think it really turned out pretty cute. So next I'm going to just fussy cut out each of my little characters here. I'm just going to basically do a white outline around all of my images and get each of those cut out. One quick tip though is when you are doing your fussy cutting, make sure to turn everything using your non-dominant hand, whichever one you're not doing the cutting with. I'm doing the turning with my left and keeping my scissors that are in my right hand pretty much straight. That makes it a lot easier to control where you're cutting. Next, I'm going to take a couple pages out of the Snow Critters paper pack that goes right along with all of our cute little images. And I'm trying to do kind of a color coordination thing, which is one reason I picked the colors that I did for these. Like, for instance, I've got this paper that's got this, this is a color of green, but not one that I typically use that much, but I think it matches perfectly for my little fox. And I'm thinking that the deer with his bold red would go great too, because Christmas colors, right? But what I'm going to do this time though is I think I'm just going to cut it right down the middle in half at 3 inches, and that's going to give me a chance to use both sheets on maybe a couple of separate cards or do some kind of a combination that I think will look kind of cute. So I've got a piece of white cardstock here, and I'm going to just do a little bit of experimentation, see what I come up with. I've also got some die cut shapes out to the side that have been in my stash for a bit, so I think I'm going to try using something from that as well. Let's see. I think that looks pretty cute. And then for the sentiment, there are some sentiments that come in this stamp set as well. So we've got for a dear friend, just because, a friendly hello, let's chill, warm hugs, all of us, and feels like a snuggle weather kind of day. So our little deer is kind of chilling. So I could do for a dear friend, that would take up all of that white space. Could do let's chill. I could also do something maybe vertical along the edge. I think what I'm going to go with, I really like that let's chill, so I'm going to use that one. And we're going to go with our VersaFine Clear. So line this up a bit on my mat so I'm hopefully approximately straight, and then I'm going to go off to the left hand side a little bit, let that rest a sec, and that looks great. And now looking at it already stamped out, the stamp itself is designed to be a little bit wonky, so that looks great. So let's go ahead and put this card together. So I'm going to place this directly onto my card base, and this time around I'm going to use my dot liner adhesive, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that straight down onto the card base, leaving this space open because that's where I do not want to have any additional adhesive. Then I can just line this up right with the edge of my card, have everything touching down on my mat, and just press that in place. And then I've just got this little tiny bit over to the side here to trim off when I'm done. So we're going to have this little guy off to the edge here, and I could do either my deer or my little fox. I think that's going to look cute for both, so I may do that as my second card. I'm going to go with the deer for this one, I think. And I think I'm going to just glue this one down flat, that diamond, and then pop my little deer up on some foam tape. There we go. And I'm just using some Scotch foam tape. It's fairly thin. You just get this off of Amazon. But I think it works really, really good for these kind of things. For one thing, it's not that super thick, so you can pretty much not worry too much about whether or not it's going to go through the mail okay. I haven't had any kind of trouble with that. I think I do want a little bit behind those antlers though, so cutting off a couple of little tiny bits. There we go, and the release paper does come off fairly easy. So if you want just a little bit of dimension, this is perfect. I've actually got lots of different thicknesses because it depends on what you're needing it for as to how thick you need your foam tape. Okay, and then we'll just put him right down there. Oh, he's adorable. And then I think for a finishing touch, I'm going to add a couple of little heart sequins. These I've had in my stash for quite a bit. I got them from Target, I think 2 years ago. And that'll also help to bring that little bit of red in to the rest of the card that's also on our little deer, right? Okay, so that's going to finish up that first card. For the second one, I'm going to use Feels Like a Snuggle Weather Kind of Day. And again, try to position that off to the left-hand side a little bit. And just let it rest. Yeah, I'm pressing a little bit hard, but anyway. These are photopolymer stamps, so pressing it additional isn't going to really do too much damage. If you've got... Oh, and that looks really good. But if you have silicone stamps, you could wind up actually squishing the stamp. And that could make things spread. Plus, this ink is not, this one is a permanent ink. Pigment ink actually, and it kind of, to me, it doesn't feel as squishy as, say, Catherine Pooler, which I love. But each ink has got its own properties, right? Okay, so that is going to go there. And I'm going to get out another card base and kind of do the same thing. This time, let's just audition this real quick, make sure it's gonna look the way I think it's gonna look. Oh yeah, that is gonna be adorable. So I'm gonna do the same thing and add this down with my dot liner and adhere everything down with my liquid glue and foam tape. And since this first one had the sweater, the deer and trees, I'm going to do this one with all the little mittens. And then I can glue this piece down. And adhere our little foxy with some foam tape. And I think he needs a couple of little hearts too. And that finishes up the second card. For a third card, I decided I'm going to use a piece of the pattern paper and actually 3 of my cute little images. The last 3 that I've already got colored up. I can easily stamp out more and make more from this cute set. These little guys are just adorable. Because my diamond is right at like 5.5 vertically. This one is a fairly large diamond. Okay, so if all pieces are pretty much touching the edges, it should be lined up about right. Okay. Okay, that looks better. Now we've got that little bit of darker blue or medium blue around the outsides. Okay, so I've got my warm hugs. I'm going to line that up with the grid on my stamp block. And then from all of us, I can just line that right up underneath that other sentiment. Try to get it centered. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to just stamp this straight down onto that top part. Right about the center of my diamond. Okay, that looks great. And now I can add some foam to the back of my little characters here and adhere them down. And there we go with our third card. Actually, this guy needs a little bit of bling too. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of a few little gems up at the top too. A few little hearts here. I think that'll be still cute. There we go. Now that finishes that one up. So 3 cards, lots of little sentiments, and you can make more or less as you want to. You could put all of these guys onto one card. I think it turned out really, really cute though. Let's put the blue one in the middle. You guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to check out this video over here for another project using some Not Too Shabby Shop products, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.